Good evening. In a landmark ruling, the Supreme Court today legalized abortions. The majority in cases from Texas and Georgia said that the decision to end a pregnancy during the first 3 months belongs to the woman and her doctor, not the government. Thus, the anti-abortion laws of 46 states were rendered unconstitutional.
Smiles politely back at you. You stare politely right on through.
By the mid to late 1900s, women's rights were a pending issue. Women left and right were demanding to be treated equally, asking for the same rights that men had. In the midst of all this, there was still one big question mark: abortion. Roe v. Wade was an extremely controversial and famous Supreme Court trial decision regarding a woman's right to abortion. It all started out in June 1969 when a 21-year-old woman named Norma McCorvey discovered she was pregnant. At that time, Texas's abortion laws were among the strictest of the nation. Many women were getting dangerous, illegal abortions, risking their own health and even lives. Like this, when McCorvey returned to Dallas, she fabricated a story, saying that she had been raped in order to obtain an abortion. However, the police discovered no proof of her alleged rape, and she was unable to get an abortion. Determined to help women gain the right to their own bodies, McCorvey paired up with attorneys Sarah Weddington and Linda Coffey and went to Supreme Court to challenge Texas and the rest of the country's abortion laws. They were known under the alias of Jane Roe.
We'll hear arguments in number 18, Roe against Wade.
Roe argued that under the Bill of Rights, a woman has the right to terminate her pregnancy, and that in no case in history has the court declared that a fetus is a person. Wade argued that life is present from the very moment of conception, that the state has a duty to protect prenatal life, and that the unborn are still people. On January 22, 1973, the Supreme Court decided to rule in favor of Roe in a 7-2 vote, rendering Texas and 46 other state abortion laws unconstitutional and making abortion legal all over the United States. They found that the Constitution's 14th Amendment guarantees a personal liberty, included a woman's right to terminate her pregnancy. The court also acknowledged that the state had valid interest in the health of the potential life of the fetus and divided the pregnancy into trimesters, dictating when the state laws and regulations can intervene. They also created a strict scrutiny analysis, a test that all future abortion laws must pass. Pro-life supporters argued that life begins the second of conception. They sent letters and promoted adoption efforts. They frequently picketed abortion clinics and blocked women from entering. Some even harassed and murdered abortion doctors, claiming that they are actually saving many lives. Many pro-choice supporters, on the other hand, strongly supported abortion rights as necessary to women's equality and personal liberty. Many pro-choice organizations such as the National Abortion Rights Action League or the NARAL and Emily's List existed.
Do you think that abortion is murder?
Absolutely.
Even today, over 30 years later, Roe v. Wade is still hugely controversial. Every year on January 22nd, the anniversary of the Supreme Court decision, hundreds of thousands of people march outside the Supreme Court to protest the Roe v. Wade decision. Texas also recently passed a new bill requiring a woman to have a sonogram before going through an abortion. Before this project, I thought I was pro-choice, but after learning about both sides of the story, I really don't know how I feel anymore. Even after all these years, all these advances in medicine and technology, abortion is still just a question that may never be answered.